So I wanted to take you through our user-centered design process, which was very much influenced by my experience at EDU. We start with observing children and parents, as I had mentioned, and start with the play patterns. And then we get into brainstorming, and we have rules around brainstorming. This is where we bring different disciplines together, and this is at the point in the project where we're just trying to go for quantity of ideas, the wildest ideas, and just generating a lot of different ideas. So we don't pass judgment on the ideas, and we build on these ideas on the ideas of others. And then we quickly get into prototyping. So these could be paper prototypes, paper illustrations. I'll show you some of them in a bit, and then coding. And this is where the process stops becoming linear. We'll take our prototypes out to the field, and whether it be in classrooms or in houses, we also have a play testing room in our office that we've outfitted with lots of kid-sized furniture and toys. And then we'll start iterating and refining the designs, literally going back to the drawing board and rethinking some of the concepts, and we continue to iterate until the final product is done. So now I'll take you through some of the key components of our design process and creative process. Probably the most important is the play testing. Just building on what the last panelists were talking about, we do extensive play testing, and it's not only for to understand user interface. Of course, we find the places where kids get stuck and have problems, but it's really to understand, what engages kids, and we do this through observation. Not a lot of focus groups with this age group, because what they say is not always what they do, and so it's a lot of observation of their facial expressions and what makes them giggle. And also we can, like Jacob was saying in the last session, we can really tell how they're learning. I'll show you a video that shows how kids were counting on their fingers, and how we could see where they could transfer the knowledge from one activity to another activity. This is the play testing from our most recent lunch.
Promise to be honest with me. If it's boring or not fun, you'll tell me. You want to create your own street?
Austin Street. Cool. I made something. I need 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4 more. Pencil.
So if I could tell the people making this game to change things, what would you want to change in it?
Nothing.
So we can easily tell the kids that are just rushing through and randomly choosing things versus kids that are really thinking about the problems, using their fingers to solve.
Hey, how come it didn't do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, this one. 10. This one. 10. Cool. 2, 3. I like this game.
You do?
Oh, got it? Yes. It's going to be the moon.
High five.
Great, and then just a glimpse into how our creative team works. We have illustrators, and now that our team is bigger, who really specialize in, starting from paper, literally paper and pencil, in character sketches, and we'll take these out to kids and get their reactions. I think in the last session, folks were asking how many ideas do we get from kids. We do get a lot of great naming ideas, and but we especially react to how they're reacting and what they really seem to love. So we'll do various iterations of different characters, and then eventually get into digital drawings, obviously. And our animators are film-like quality animators who can make the parts of these illustrations move, and that we have a quick vignette showing how animation works that one of our animators just recorded at his desk.
This is the digital puppet of one of our Dust Funny characters. By adjusting the transparency, you can see the different parts the puppet is made up of. In order to illustrate this more clearly, I'll pull the character apart for you. An animator manipulates these parts one at a time to put the character into different poses. A series of these poses, presented over time, is what creates the illusion of movement. Each angle of the character requires a brand new set of artwork, which is created by our team of artists ahead of time. Thanks for watching!
And some kissing pets.
Oh.
It's always the wrong answer. Great, so now I'll take you through two of our recent apps. One is Moose Math, which we just launched, and the other is Draw and Tell. And I'd like to show these two apps juxtaposed because Moose Math, on one hand, is Common Core standards aligned. It's a really robust math app for kindergartners and first graders and has different levels, has a smart adaptive character in it that is reacts to how the child is answering questions, and if you tap her, she's a little bird, she'll give you different variations of the problem or different hints and information. So we really wanted it to be more about learning than just testing how much you know the information already. And then our Draw and Tell app is an open-ended creative app that we originally didn't design to be used in the classroom, but I'll go through some examples of how it's being used in many different settings in classrooms. So with Moose Math, as I was saying, we spent a lot of time on the curriculum side of things. It's probably the deepest app that we've done to date that is used in classrooms. This is just a background of the characters that we developed.
Learning our 1, 2, 3s, building our town from what we found. So if you're around, then come on down. The mayor is Moose, the shop makes juice, Sass talks very quickly. No cheer, no go make a mess, and Pup likes to act silly. But if they work together, what will happen next? They'll build their town right from the ground, and then be a success. Learning our 1, 2, 3s.
So music has always been a central component of our apps. Now we have an audio engineer who also composes music for us and enables us to collaborate with different musicians. When we founded the company, Michael plays the cello and I play the violin, so we produced all of the music in our apps ourselves. Michael still plays in a lot of our apps, but now we have other resources as well. So I'll do a quick walkthrough.
Moose Math, starring the Dust Bunnies. Like Duck, Duck, Moose. Enter your name to start the game.
This app supports an unlimited number of
Press
users.
the blue button when you're done. We are the Dust Bunnies, learning our 1, 2, 3s, building our town from what we found. So if you're around, then come on down.
So the idea is that you can build up this town as you continue to do the different activities. You can go into the Moose Juice store.
Tap on the door to enter the store.
Hi there, I'm Moose. Welcome to Moose Juice, where the drinks help you think, and the juice is served by a moose.
This is one of the characters that went through many rounds of playtesting. And our animator actually did the voice for this one too.
Now let's make a watermelon cooler.
So this is a simple counting and addition and subtraction exercise. So as the child drags the fruit into the blender, let's say they have the wrong answer.
Remove 3 pieces of lime from the blender.
So that's Yaya, the bird. If you tap on her, you can get more information. And
Remove 1 piece of lime from the blender.
But you only get the hints if you tap on it, so it's really for the child to
Good job. Tap to find the pets that are hiding. What is 5 plus 1? Whoopee!
So this is a bingo game, but we wanted to be able
What
to show
is
numbers in
9
different ways, so
minus
not just
1.
written numbers, but dice,
You
formations,
can use some
rectangles,
scratch
which
paper
are used
for
in
your
classrooms.
fingers.
And if you tap your eyes when you get the different permutations.
You won!
See you later, alligator.
So I'll skip over some of the activities, but if we go into the lost and found. there's
Thank you
one
for all your help. What would you like to do now?
Let's look for 5 purple hexagons.
This is counting and also identification of different shapes.
We are looking for 5 purple hexagons. A hexagon has 6 sides. 1, you got it. 2, 3, 4, that's correct. 5. Put the things in order
You go through different
from
levels of
shortest
different
to
activities.
longest. Awesome sauce. 3,
As you go through the
4.
different levels, you can choose different things for your city. And
You are a sign sorting superstar.
we found that kids really like to customize
Choose
their
an
city and
item
build
for
different
your
types of
city.
buildings.
Bye-bye.
So the buildings grow, and then you can also decorate the buildings in different ways. Most of the elements are interactive as well once you add them. So the final feature in this is the report card that will highlight the mastered skills, the 3 top ones in each section, as well as skills to improve. So parents and teachers can quickly look through and see which are the areas that children need to spend a little bit more time on. And then we've also paired it for the first time with offline activities that are available on our website. So and we've seen how children can transfer the knowledge that they learned in the app into these different worksheets. So the second app that I wanted to show you is Draw and Tell, which is a open-ended creative app. And we originally came out with this app as a full-featured drawing studio. It was actually inspired by my own daughter, who was 3 at the time, and at preschool, I would see her do a big purple drawing on paper, and her teacher would write down her narration of what that drawing was. It was a big scribble on it, but it was actually an octopus that was going to have some lunch. And so I thought it would be great to have that drawing paired with the child's voice at the time. So the 4-year-old or 3-year-old drawing with a 3-year-old's voice as a memory for the parent. As we play tested this app, it evolved into well beyond that. In addition to this drawing studio, it became, kids wanted to be able to move the stickers on the page, so it soon became more like a puppet show and or movie making app. So in addition to drawing, you could move the stickers and create your own stories. So that's how that app really evolved through the playtesting. And what we didn't expect was for this app to be adopted in schools. And I'd love to show you some of the examples of how it's being used in schools. This teacher, a first grade teacher, was using it to have her children create their avatars for their kid blogs. So each kid has their own blog and their own avatar. On Twitter, we found this teacher who had one of her students had created this story completely independently with Draw and Tell.
Once upon a time, there was a daddy fish protecting the little baby fish from the big scary fish that had spikes all over the fins, and was going towards the house to get that little baby fish. Stop her! And tomorrow, if you got the daddy fish frozen, tomorrow. Actually, he decided not to get the baby fish for dinner. The daddy fish for lunch, the baby fish for breakfast. I think this is going to be a yummy breakfast and lunch tomorrow for sure.
Don't worry. And then another example of a very different context where children were creating their illustrations and explanations of different math word problems.
20 bees and 10 of them sought a beehive, so they went inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there were 10 bees left. 20 minus 10 equals 10. Bye.
And then this is just an example showing how some teachers have used Draw and Tell to record how children are reading a passage 1 month and then re-recording again the next month to show the progress. And then I'll just leave you with this last video of kids using Draw and Tell in the classroom and how they're using it very collaboratively.